Victoria, you looking so pretty
And
tonight.
you are too. I like your necklace. That's
And
pretty. Is
not,
that the gray? Is gray? Is that gray?
it's gray and lavender.
Okay, that's the one. The gray and lavender is pretty.
Yeah, thank you very much, very much. I miss my buddy. Don't you
I
miss Ruth?
know. I do miss her. I can't wait till she comes back.
No,
I
it's a
miss when we all are not together.
I know. I'll be gone next week. She's gone this week. You can't go. Okay, this
I'm
will
going
be
in August. I'm going in August. Remember
what?
that?
What?
There.
We're
Yeah,
gonna.
I'm going to my brother's wedding.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We do have that lined up, bruh. I tell you what.
Yes.
I tell you what. Well, we're gonna hold it down as best we can tonight.
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
know. I
get
know.
all of that together. So we're still gonna do our weekend review and come through with that, and then we're gonna talk about head to heart depend
All
to
right. I'm
pressures.
sharing this with our Facebook family.
Yes, 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 yes. We got them coming in, and we got some other countries that are joining us tonight. We're going to be sure to
Wonderful.
welcome them, I'm glad about that. I'm glad about that.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right, everybody, time to roll your open. You all
Oh,
set?
Thank you.
all right. Thank you, Alan.
All right, here we go.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hey, Victoria.
Hey, Andrea, bronze girl number one.
Queen is in the house tonight. We are missing our third amigo.
Yes, my partner in crime is committing crimes elsewhere tonight.
We miss you, Ruth. If you're
Yes.
anywhere where you can tune in, know that we miss you. It is not the same when you are not here. I tell you, we're gonna try to hold it in the road, keep it in the street. Hallelujah. We're
Yes.
gonna try to do what we do as best we can without you. I tell you what, we miss you, lady. We really do. But we got some folks who come in to join us. First of
Yes.
all, we thank you for our other online audience that come in through our podcasts and things, right, Victoria?
Yes, we
And
are
we
very
got
grateful. Welcome, welcome, everybody.
some folks from other countries who come in and listen to us, and we thank you for joining us. And let's see who we got locally on the line. We have Ashley. Good evening to you, Ashley. Good to have you tonight. Francina, we welcome you this evening, and Linda Cooks, we welcome you as well. And Angie
Angie
O.
O.
Angie O. Glad to have you as well. Glad to have you as well. Well, even though Ruth is not here with us, Ruth is going to have some things to share next week. Boy, I can't wait. I can't wait
Woo.
for you all to see. I can't wait for you all to see. But we're gonna go ahead like we usually do when we begin our Office Up program, and we're gonna talk about our weekend review. And Victoria, I'm gonna let you go first.
All righty, all righty. Week in review. We are still at work. We are still doing 4-day work weeks and off on Friday, and I am loving it. Okay,
Mhm.
and it seemed like it's going so fast. I cannot believe that we are actually almost at the end of July. We were just saying, I can't believe it's July, and now we're at the end. And so I think in August we only have 2 weeks where we're doing the Fridays, and then that's it. So my Friday off weeks are getting ready to come to an end, and I'm not happy about that, but I'm grateful to have them. How about that?
Yeah, yeah.
So this week wasn't anything major, but work and oh, I threw the wig off. I threw the wig off.
Yeah, I like your hair. I like your natural
Thank you.
hair. It's nice.
Yesterday was 100 degrees, and I went outside with the wig. I got in my car. I said, I can't do this. Took the wig off, had my braids, and then I got home and then took everything out. And I said, this is it. This is it. It's just too hot. I can't do it. So this week I had a release. So
Well,
that's it for me. Just thanking God. We're getting through the summer, and it's he's just blessing. Despite challenges, he's still blessing. So I'm grateful.
yep, yep, yep,
How
yep.
about you? How was your week?
I had a good week. I had an interesting week because this I'm on this journey, and I thank you because we were going to be accountability partners when it comes to this exercise thing.
I forgot about that, but you go ahead and tell them.
Yeah, yeah. Victoria has been, what she does is after she exercises in the morning, this is what we said we were going to do. She'll send a text message and let us know, hey there, Antonio, and let us know
Julie?
that she completed her exercise. So on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, my pattern is after my morning program that I took a little video shot of,
I'm not brave enough to do the video, so it's okay.
of my little exercise routine because I tell you, hello there, Julie. Good
Hey,
evening
Julie.
to you. Glad to have you on the line with us and on Authors Up. But when I did the weight loss challenge before, that's what I did. I mean, every morning I would post my video of, what I was doing. And I was out there walking in the dark and doing all
Right.
crazy stuff. So I said that I would, just send a little clip, just a short clip of my exercise things. Well, I want to tell you that in doing this, Victoria found a site called Sunflower, and Sunflower has all kinds of different chair exercises.
Yes.
Well, I got on the internet and I found something that I had always wanted to do, and that was Tai Chi.
Oh,
Always wanted to do Tai Chi, and I look at those people who do Tai Chi. They're not doing hardcore aerobics and all of that. And I got into understanding, pressure points and how different places in your body affect other places in your body.
right, right.
Here's a point, and that can affect your liver and your heart, and all these other things. So I found a video that was Tai Chi for the chair.
Didn't share that with me.
I'm sharing it now, child.
Okay.
It's Tai Chi, and it actually says Tai Chi chair for seniors, for
That's
those
me.
over 60. It was those over 60. So I said, I'm gonna do this Tai Chi thing because first of all, it's no noise involved. Sometimes
Okay.
when you get into the walking exercises, you can start pounding a little hard and
Yeah, yeah.
not always remember your pace or whatever.
Right.
I did find out, I did discover this, y'all. I cannot walk and chew gum at the same time. I found
You need
myself
to
looking
stop.
at
You
this
need
thing
to stop.
going, wait, what am I doing now? What the moon? Oh, the moon thing. I'm doing the moon thing. But they all have names and things like that. I feel it in my body. It's really,
Oh,
really
okay,
interesting.
okay.
And so I'm kind of mixing that. I do
Okay.
some days I do the walking tape, and that's the ones that I send you all on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm doing the Tai Chi thing, and it's
Okay.
only 15 minutes, and there are a lot of them. There are a lot of different videos, but it is so relaxing. It is soothing, and
I have to try that.
deep breathing.
Mm-hmm.
They that's good for. even when you're not doing anything else. They say even when you're sitting, to do deep breathing. So I am concentrating on movement
Okay.
rather than exercise per se.
Okay.
So if I'm standing in the kitchen and I'm preparing my meal, I'll sidestep. I'll go back and forth, and I'll do 10 reps of that. Or
Oh,
when if I'm getting ready to do something with my greeting cards or whatever, I'll take 5 minutes and practice my balancing and things like that. So I'm learning.
good
Hey,
deal.
I'm learning to do a lot of different things to keep myself moving and to keep
Yeah.
myself going, and discovering, just there's a lot of good stuff out there that you can tap into. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, I'm glad. I think that I did a little too much. Well, I went too deep because I was trying to double. Remember, I told you today I was
Yeah.
double timing, and I think I hurt my back, and my back has been giving me a hard time. That's why you haven't heard from me the last 2 days because my
Hmm.
back has really been hurting. I said, okay, maybe I did a little too much, which is sometimes what I do. I just go all in and
Hmm.
not doing it gentle enough, and I've hurt my back, but I could still do the reach ups and all that other stuff. So I'm
Hmm.
gonna get back into it tomorrow, and you will get your text.
Good, 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 good. I
I need
appreciate
to know what that video is for the Tai Chi though, because that
that.
sounds
That's it. You
really
just go
interesting.
in and you put Tai Chi, and you will see it, and it
Okay,
says um, it says for chair.
for chair. Okay,
Chair
I'm writing that down.
and
Chair.
seniors and
Okay,
60 and all of that, and it's great.
yeah, I
It's
need a beginning one. I need a beginning.
yeah, yeah. You trust me, you won't overdo. It's of course
Okay,
my arms were a little bit sore that first day, but
my
I think
arms have been doing
it
good. It was in my back. It was just my back. I think I turned too far in, in the neck. Just
and
doing
the
my
thing with it, with movement, I've started walking up my stairs differently,
okay.
so that and it takes me longer. It takes me
Mhm.
longer,
Mhm.
but I instead of going up sideways, which I tend to do sometimes, I
Okay.
make sure that I am holding on to both sides of my stairs and
All
going
right.
up
You're just trying to
straight,
go straight up.
which
Okay.
allows me to move my knees in a different way.
Right. Yeah.
But got to take your time, got to take it at your own pace, and we're moving right along, child. By
Well,
the
all
time
right.
next
Listen,
vacation comes up, we're gonna have a whole different story to tell.
well,
Hallelujah!
listeners and viewers, that'll just to let you know it's never too late. Never
That's
too
right.
late to start.
That's right.
Okay. And
That's
start
right.
right where you are. Doesn't matter. If you're beginning, don't do like me, do too much. But just start. Do something. Something is better than nothing. And that's been my mindset.
Yeah.
Vic, you gotta get moving. You gotta do something. Because just laying there is not getting anything accomplished. So
Exactly.
that's what I've
E-
been doing.
Exactly. So we are up, you guys. We are up and we are moving. We're doing some stuff. We're getting some stuff done. And one of the things that we are getting done is our story/writing challenge.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
Yes, I am too. I am too. We have a couple of listeners who are joining in and who are going to do this with us.
Yes.
I kind of well, we put some topics out there. We put some topics out there, and we invited you all to write a story. We always say that everybody's got a story to tell.
Yes.
It just depends on whether or not you want to tell it. So, Victoria, do you want shall we say who our two people are who are going on?
Yes. I don't see why not. They,
Okay, okay. You want to tell? You want to tell?
let's see. Let me see if I know. Do I know? Yes, I believe it's Angie O, our lovely Angie Oliphant, and Francina Booker. See, I
Yes.
do know.
We're going to give you all a
Thank you.
round of applause for stepping out and,
Send up
and
some hearts.
saying saying that you're going to do this. We're going to be writing in the month of August, and we are going to present in September. And I think it's that first weekend in September that we are going to do that. So we wanted to spend a little bit of time tonight. We may not have a really lengthy broadcast tonight, but we wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about this story, talking about how to go about getting it from the idea that's up here and embracing it in your heart and then beginning to put it on paper. And Victoria, I started putting down, this is our GPS system for this. This is
Okay. I
our
like
GPS
that.
system.
I like
First
that.
thing, we got to know where we're going. Got to know where we're going. And those were our categories. Our categories were the best day ever,
Okay.
the unexpected, meet my, whatever that is, and lessons learned. So, got to know where we're going. The second thing we have to do is decide upon the process. How are we going to get there? And Ruth has given us some great tips about that, which we're going to share for you tonight. And the
Did you
other
decide
one,
your topic yet?
huh?
Did you decide your topic?
And the other one is the S is start with the end in mind. Start with the end in mind. I have not decided, because one of the things that's getting me is I am long-winded.
Okay.
I am long-winded. And I didn't want to, I think, let me see, do you have how many what the word count is supposed to
We're
be?
supposed to write about approximately 750 words,
Hmm.
which is going to equal about a 5-minute read, because each of our participants are going to be on the program and be allowed to read their story. So with us three reading our story and participants as well, we didn't want it to go too far. So that's
Right.
2 pages, single space with a size 11 font. So that'll be about 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes. Yeah, I didn't. I have to settle on a piece. I didn't want. I don't know whether I wanted to do something um, family related, because I got a
Mm-hmm.
lot of stories about me and my dad, uh,
Okay.
in particular, me and my dad. But I don't know. I haven't settled, and I have 1 week to make my
I
make
know, me too. I
because
look at
of
all the
the
topics and I really could write something about each of them. And I'm with you too on being long winded. Well,
Mhm.
the ideas will start to formulate, and when we get to writing, the words will just come. And especially when it's about a personal topic, when you're talking
Yes.
about lesson learned, that's something deeply personal. And so
Yeah.
you know the lesson you learned, and you know what happened and all that. So when you start to write it, I know it's just going to come. So I haven't narrowed mine down either. I
I
don't.
know, I know, and that is, and I don't want to. It, well, I kind of came up with the topic, so I had to have something in mind. I must have had something in mind in each of those categories, because
Right,
that's what.
right.
Oh, yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to write about. And I know that we do. I think everybody who is listening tonight can think of something that was a lesson learned. Can think of
Yes,
something that, or an individual in their life that you wish that somebody could meet. Meet my life coach. Meet my personal.
yes,
Meet my
yes.
mom, meet my
My
dad.
mom.
You
That's
know,
I thought about that for my minds. Meet my mom.
yeah, meet my significant other. Yeah.
Yes,
Now
my
there
aunt.
would
I
be a
thought about one of
story,
my
right?
aunts.
So we've got all of those. The unexpected. Who has not had something unexpected happen that kind of shifted you, or turned your world upside down, or pulled
Yes,
the rug out from under you? And what is the greatest day ever? What is the best day ever? Can
that could
you
be a
think?
lot to so
You
many
can
people.
think?
The day your child was born, the day you got married, the day you
Yes,
got divorced.
yes.
A lot of different.
The day we started this program,
Yes,
that we
yes,
shifted from the way that it was before, and coming into this great change, because this
yeah.
was a big change
Could
for
be a
us.
lot of things.
So there are many, many things. So if you're thinking, Oh, I don't have anything. I don't have anything at all. Yeah, you do. Yeah,
You
you do.
do.
You waking up every day, you got a story. You go
Yes.
through your day and make it to the next day, you
Come
got a
on.
story. You got a story.
That's the story
So
right there.
I got from yesterday to today. Hallelujah.
I did.
That's a story in and of itself, right? But for those of you who didn't actually, and it's not an enter to win, but who didn't come forward to say, yeah, I'm going to write my story and I'm going to share it, you can still go ahead and write. You don't
Yeah.
have to. You can still participate in this and think of those four topics: the best day ever, the unexpected, meet my, and lessons learned, and try your hand at it. Try your hand at it. Make a
Right.
decision as to which one of these topics you're going to talk about, and then decide on your process. And the Ruth always talks about starting with an outline,
Right.
having a template and an outline. I think she gave us some notes about creating a roadmap, and I think that's where I came up with the little GPS thing to keep us on track, and starting with the end in mind. Did you do that when you did the well? Your writing challenge was not a book as much as it was your journal.
Right. And so I took my journal from what I had already written before. So I didn't do an outline in that way, but I
Hmm.
did do an outline of the chapters. Like I knew that I wanted to take each chapter and
Right.
write about it. And I knew that in each chapter, I wanted certain things in each chapter. So for instance, a journal, I had the scripture. So I knew I had that part. I had questions I wanted to ask about. Then I had a section where I wanted to say a prayer. And then I wanted space for the reader to write. So
Hmm.
those things were pretty consistent. And so I had to lay those out for each chapter. So it was a sort of outline, but it wasn't an outline that like we're talking about here.
Hmm. Now I had two things to happen, and um, Ruth was talking about it too. When I did the writing challenge and I did the train, I had an idea. I had an idea. I knew where it was going. I
You
knew
did.
what it was going to be about,
Okay.
and I had that part in my head. Um,
Okay.
but something happened that Ruth talks about all the time, in that the characters began to write
Write
themselves.
themselves.
I didn't
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it. Now here's something that in terms of process that I did, that we did with the help of our listening audience, when we did the My Time Story Time,
Yes.
and we came up with the premise for it. Where was it going? We knew where it was going. Let's take
Right.
a reunion, because I think that was the first one I believe that we did, and we knew it was going to be a class reunion. We knew
Right.
that these characters were going to come together, and we selected the characters, and then our listeners gave us the profile, gave those characters life.
Life.
They gave
Mm-hmm.
life. They said this one was married, this one was in college, this one had this kind of personality, that kind of personality,
Mm-hmm.
and went on, whatever. And I think that is helpful in the process. Who's going to be a part of my story?
Right.
What my characters are going to be. And when I did the train, I had certain characters lined up and I had their profile. And when the book was completed and I went back and I looked at those profiles and I thought, wow, this character changed. This
Mm.
character did not reflect this. And it wasn't so much that I wanted to beat myself up and say, oh gosh, I didn't stick to the plan. No, the characters began to write the story.
There you
and,
go.
and I think that sometimes when you make the outline, you have to make it in such a way that you allow your characters to grow in the process. So I hope Ruth will agree with me. She'll beat me up when she comes back if I
You were doing just fine.
but I think that's something that we have to have to be mindful of and have to be aware of, and have to give ourselves grace
Right.
to write.
Right. And and then for this particular challenge, we didn't stipulate whether this was going to be something that actually happened to you in any of those topics, or we didn't say if you were going to make it up, it's going to be fiction. So that is part of the roadmap too, where we talk about let's see, who are you writing for? She says create a roadmap, start with the end in mind, then put the stops in along the way. But we had to go back to the beginning, which is identify what your story is. Or
Hmm.
is this going to be a fictional piece of work?
Hmm.
Or is this going to be something that actually happened to me that I'm writing about? Because those perspectives make it a little different.
Hmm.
When you're writing, like I said, when I was writing my journal, that was pretty personal because the book was um, things that happened in my life. So it was pretty easy to write because I wasn't making it up. But if you're going to do a fictional story, that's puts a little different twist on it.
And I think it's different too, because it just depends. Sometimes it's more difficult to write the personal perspective
Okay,
than
okay,
it is to do the fictional piece.
it may
And
be for
part
some.
of it is because the personal piece is so much more vulnerable,
Yeah,
puts you in
right,
a vulnerable space. And
right,
sometimes I always think of the fact that it's never just your story. And we've talked about this before, and we've talked about
right,
it with some of our authors who have come
right,
on, particularly those who have had some real struggles, some real hurdles to get
right,
over when it comes to domestic violence
right,
and all manner of other things. Yes, it is a great story. Yes, it is helping other people. Yes, you
right.
put it together well. But if you have children,
How
or
do they feel about that?
parents, if you
Hmm.
have other people who are close to you, and
Right.
you begin to dive deep into your life,
Oh yes. How much do
we're
you tell?
touching the lives of other people as well. And one of the questions we ask often is, how did your family feel, or
Feel
how did
about
your
it.
parents feel, or was it difficult for them? Because a lot of times, when we do life,
Right. When we tell our truths.
we don't always expose everything.
Right.
Sometimes there's a time to, sometimes there's a time to be silent, but there are some things within the story that you can't leave out
Right.
and be true to your truth.
Truth.
You know, you got
Exactly.
you've got to put it
Exactly.
in, and sometimes those are hard places to revisit.
Right.
Now, if it's loosely based on,
One.
which is something that we say, based on the life of, or based on a story about, sometimes it's a little easier because it doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be an intimate thing with
Right.
you, or what
Hmm.
happened to you, but the point is there. The story is there. The storyline is there, and you can still bring life and light and all of those other good things out in the piece that you are writing, and the
Yeah, I
piece
think
that
that is
you're
challenge. That is a challenge, especially when you're telling your story, because your story is not, like you said, only your story, and our story. Our lives are so intertwined with others,
right.
and then in telling my story, like would I want to share some things that about my children? That's part of my story, but will that affect them, and will that embarrass them? So it is something to think about. It
Yep.
is.
Yep. Definitely. Definitely. Now, something else that Ruth told us to be mindful of are the stumbling blocks. We
Yes,
talked
yes.
about this, and there were three that she mentioned in particular. One, I don't have time. Is there anybody out there who's ever written anything, I don't have time.
That's my favorite one. That's
I
my
don't have
favorite.
time.
That's
I
my
don't
favorite.
have time. And I don't know where to begin, and I'm stuck.
I'm stuck.
I'm stuck. I've gotten to this point. I've told the story up to this point, and I don't know. I don't know what to do now. I don't know where to go with it now. I don't know who's talking.
Ooh,
I don't know who's telling this part of the story now. And I think that's why it's starting with the end in mind is so important because it keeps you moving. It keeps
right.
you going with your story. Now, Victoria, what are we gonna do about this I don't have time piece?
That's my favorite fallback on. I don't, and here's the absolute truth. Here's the truth. You make time for what's important. We make time for what's important,
True.
and then we have to write according to our schedule. And when are you the most productive? Those are some things to think about. But the biggest thing for me is schedule. Now, let me talk about today. Let's just talk about today. I have to do this article for a magazine. I haven't done it yet, right? But I'll be um quick to say I didn't have time, right? But I absolutely laid around all day today. So that's a lie. I'm telling myself first. That's a lie. I'm telling myself, I didn't have time. Well, I think if I could have turned off the TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
And said, okay, from 2 to 3, I'm just gonna write. Or I'm gonna start this article. I would have made time. But the truth is I just didn't feel like doing it. But
Mm-hmm.
so again, we make time for what we want to. And our viewer said it's easy to make an excuse, and that is so true, Latoya. It is easy to make an excuse. Now, I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm just telling you what happened today. Not an excuse. It's what happened. I didn't make the time. So,
Right.
but if I had said, okay, I know I'm not feeling that great today, but I still could get a little writing in. Let's say, like I said, from 2 to 3, I'm going to turn the TV off, turn the phone off, and get some. I bet you I would have probably finished half of that article,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't. So it's a choice. If you really want to write, you will make time. And sometimes if you have something burning in you, sometimes you have to like maybe get up a little bit before it's time to get everybody up in the morning. Map it out. Look at your day and figure out if even if it's only 10 to 15 minutes. And Ruth says that all the time. If it's nothing but 10, 15 minutes, write something. Write something.
Be
So
disciplined.
yeah, yeah.
Be
Make it a part of your habit. And I think that's why I haven't done my blog either, because I just haven't been making the time to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And is that going to change?
So anyway, what's on number 2? I don't know where to begin. That's what I don't know where to begin to make that change.
Well, let me tell you something that I have learned. Latoya said I was referring to myself about making an excuse, but Latoya, you are not alone.
You were
I
definitely not alone. I was.
You're definitely not alone because I do it, and I think all of us have at some point in time. We've got a reason. We've got a
Yes,
reason why it didn't
yes,
happen. We have a reason for it. But one of the things, because we did ask, what are some of the things to do to overcome the issues of not having time and
right,
not knowing where to begin and all of that, and and it is being aware, um, I think, aware of the distractions.
yes,
What are the distractions? What are the things that keep you from having the time to do whatever it is? Like you were
mhm.
saying, I call that TV is my one-eyed nemesis. At that I can get into that television. Don't give me a series.
Yes,
Don't give me a series now. Because I will binge, I will binge, I will binge, and I will know that I'm doing it.
right,
And
right.
then sometimes that I just have to get up and say off and just shut it off, not care where it is in the process, not care who's doing what to whom, but just get up and shut it off,
Yeah, yeah,
and get started and shift onto something else. And I sometimes I don't think we spend enough time uh, really assessing where our time is going.
right, right.
And when you're doing a project, when you have something that may have a deadline, like an article you're doing for a magazine or something like that, you have to know where your time is going. You know,
Yeah.
what are the things that distract me? I am easily distracted. And my daughter will tell you, she can come in the house, look around and say, "Oh, you were trying to clean again."
Ah,
I promise you, stuff is everywhere. And I saw a thing on Facebook about it one time. I can start upstairs and I can say, okay, I'm going to clean this area. I'm going to move this out of the room. And on the way downstairs to take it, I'll go through the kitchen and I'll say, oh, I forgot to put that in the cabinet yesterday.
yes.
Put the stuff down, and then I start working in the kitchen and doing something. Then I say, "Oh, this was a part of something that I meant to put in that cabinet over there," and I put it down, and then I go. I have got to take a project and finish it, complete
Yeah.
it, be a finisher, get that thing done before I go on to the next thing. So
Right.
multitasking is not always my friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it puts me in a place where I haven't really completed the things that I want to complete, which
Right.
keeps me on track and keeps me disciplined to do what I need to do. So writing is the same kind of thing. It's the same kind of exercise, you know. If you're
Right.
going to schedule the time, then you got to keep to that schedule and not veer from it, no matter
Right.
what happens. And I saw something when I was scrolling through YouTube, looking at all of these different fitness things. I saw one, and the man was saying the worst thing you can do is touch your phone the first hour in the morning.
Oh wow. Wow. That's it. You're right. You're right.
How many of us get up? We may say, I thank you, Jesus, prayer. Thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. You know, may not even get into our devotional, but we will pick
Yeah,
that
we on
phone.
our phone up and check messages and check Facebook yeah.
And
Yeah.
one thing leads
I'm
to
guilty.
another. And the next thing you
Yeah.
know, you have spent an hour.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's easy to do.
And
It's
that
easy
could have been time spent writing. And so I think
to
I think
spend.
I'm going to have to use my calendar a little bit better to schedule the time. I remember you guys about a year or so ago, we would talk about the same thing, and you challenged me to just write in my journal, write down everything I did all day, and 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 I'm back to the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same habits. It's that television. I'm telling you, if I had turned off that series I was watching, I could have had the article done. But but I think sometimes I just don't want to think about anything hard. I just don't want to think, so
Mhm,
I
mhm,
don't do it.
mhm.
I don't know.
But you know, when you know that that's the thing, you
Yeah,
know, that's the thing that trips you, that's the thing that traps you, then you have to put something else in
in
place and
place.
something to
Okay.
replace it.
Okay.
Okay. So for me, I have to change my space.
Oh. Okay.
You know, if I am downstairs doing something and I've got that TV going, I'll shut it off and I'll move into another area of the house, or
That
I'll
makes perfect
do
sense.
something that takes me into into a different space, and that helps me. I mean, that may not help everybody,
I
but
like that. If I had got up from the bed and come out here where the computer is, I could have written and turned off
hide
the
that
TV.
remote control. Hide that remote control.
I'm the one that's out here too,
You
right?
gotta get
But
up, girl. It makes a world of difference.
I'm going to put on the air this week that I'm going to challenge myself to have that article written, because they've given me as much time as I needed to do it, but I really should have done it a long time ago. And I think I've mentioned this 2 weeks now. So
Mhm,
it's time to stop procrastinating. And that's it right there. Stop procrastinating and
mhm,
just do the assignment. I'm going to
Well,
have it done.
you will get a text from your accountability partners, and it's gonna have two words on it. You know how they say "got milk." Yours is gonna say "done yet." You got it done yet?
The exercise in the article. You know, put two words: exercise article.
That's right, exercise article. And you know, guys, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it helps you to have an accountability partner and somebody to give you that little push. I know when I got Victoria's text messages about the exercise, I thought, man, I got to get up. I got to get up. I got to do something. Got to do something. I am not going to be the one that didn't get their exercise in today.
You're not gonna be the slacker this
I am
week.
not going to be the slacker in the group. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done. Now, let's talk about one other thing I wanted
Okay.
to mention that Ruth had given us. Uh, she talked about being stuck. Being stuck.
Mm-hmm.
We went over the
Mm-hmm.
roadmap and the importance of the roadmap and scheduling and how you have to just discipline yourself to write and
Mm-hmm.
not be afraid to rewrite and do those kinds of things. But when you get to that point where the ideas don't come, you
Mm-hmm.
just you don't know where you know where you want the character to end up, but you've just gotten to this place um, where you just can't seem to. And I hate the term writer's block, so I'm
Yeah.
not going to say that. But you just get stuck.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think we can do to get out of the stuck place?
Well, our lovely Ruth says write and then rewrite it if you need to. And she also tells us include placeholders. If you just can't get past a part, um, go on another part. You know, just write what you can for that part, but then go on to another part. And the hope is that it will connect back to that first part. And I thought that's good advice. I mean, I really think that's good advice because sometimes you really, you know, if you, especially if you're writing a fictional book,
Right.
you're not gonna be able to connect those dots all together sometime. But keep going, just keep going. And I think the common theme here is just keep going and just keep writing. It might be garbage. Ruth has said that it might be garbage to you, but just maybe, if you keep going, it'll all connect back together, and you'll have a story before you forget. You know, before you even know it. So I don't know. Just keep writing and rewrite if you have to. It doesn't all have to make sense right away. I think we have to remember that.
And also the big key that unlocks the time and the door and helps with discipline is and all of that is to understand that writing and editing are two
Two different things.
different processes.
Yes.
Two
Yes.
very different processes.
That put a light bulb on, like just when she said that, it
Yeah,
just yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I
yeah.
find myself doing that, trying to make it all make sense as I'm writing. But
And
sometimes
sometimes that's why you think you're stuck because you keep going over that same part and going over that same part. No, go to the next thing.
yeah, yeah.
It'll all come back around. It'll all make sense. It'll all
Right.
be exactly what you need it to be.
That's right. Don't
Exactly
be
what
so
you need.
hard on yourself. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yep. That's I think we covered everything that Miss Ruth left for us, Miss Thing.
And we did it in 20 minutes or so.
We are at 7:43,
I
and you know we're
know. I
here at
know.
7:45. We try to be anyway. But yeah, I think we got just about everything covered. Francina, if you're still on the line, and also Angie O, if you are still on the line, just put something, drop a little something in the comment section, just to let us know whether or not this was helpful for you tonight, the things that we have talked about, because I don't know that you all have, that you know where you're going yet, that you have selected your topic that you are going to write about.
Well, I
Um,
wanted to say real quickly, I wanted to say, Latoya, I know that you said you were referring to yourself, but I tell you, when you said that, what you said, it clicked in me. And that's why I had to bring up what I did today because I was just guilty, of making an excuse. And so I'm going to not try to make an excuse this week to get my stuff done.
good, Francina. I'm glad it was helpful. Glad it
Good,
was helpful
good.
to you. And Angie, if you're on the line, let us know as well whether or not this was helpful to you. It was helpful to me because I know I have to begin at the beginning,
Yeah, I
and
got to be
I have to make a
transparent.
decision as to what I'm going to talk about, why I want to tell the story I'm going to tell. And that's
Yes,
going to help me also
yes.
to stay on track and stay on task. And I can't wait. I can't wait to go through. And I think we may have some checkpoints along the line in August. So we'll have some checkpoints from Francina and Angie O as well. And then we will be back with you in September to read
And we love
the
stories.
book
We
that
absolutely love stories. You, Authors Up is by three authors who love stories. And so this is really floating our boats to be able to get some new stories out of this. I
good,
can't wait to
good.
read and hear them.
And I think that all, like I said, even those who are not coming forward to read their story,
Yeah,
if you write one, just let us know. You know,
yeah,
we won't make you read it on the air or anything, but just let us know so that we know that we are helping you to get those ideas out there. And let me tell you something else before we close. We do this in terms of writing challenges and story challenges and all of this, but throughout your career, throughout your professional life, even with your family or whatever, there's going to be something that you're going to want to share.
right.
It may be a lesson learned that you're going to share with somebody else. It could be under the meet my kind of perspective, let me show you this or show you
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
And this process, the same little GPS process of knowing where you're going and deciding on your process and start with the end in mind. All of these things will help you to gather your thoughts in a way that will help you get it from up here to in here to down here.
Yeah, even if it's family history, right? A family
Yes,
history.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, that is it for us for tonight. I hope that you all gained something from this. It's always a pleasure to
Yes.
have you on the program with us. We had some old friends come in. We had some new
Some new
friends
ones.
join us
Yes.
tonight, and we thank you so much. Thank you so much, and hope you will come back and join us again. Hope you will be back, and I think it's probably the first Sunday in September when we're going to do the read. So, kind of, keep your ear tuned to see what the timing and time frame is going to be with all of this. And we just appreciate you. We
Yeah, we
appreciate
do.
you.
We do.
We don't have to say get the book tonight.
No.
We'll say, come on
Get your
back.
pen. Get your pen. Get your pen and your paper. Get it. Get it.
Get your pen, get your pen. And Ruth, come on back home now.
I
You've been
know.
long enough. We want you to come on back and play with us.
We're gonna say that about you next week. We're gonna miss you.
I know I'm gonna miss being here myself. But you know what? It's all good because we're gonna have some great things coming up. And we just appreciate everybody who is a part of our authors
Yes.
family.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank
Yes.
you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. You know that we will replay this program on Saturday evenings at 7 p.m. So if you missed it today, if you know a writer, if you know somebody who's got a story to tell and they're not quite sure how to go about it, how to do it, be sure that you share this program with them so that they can experience what you're experiencing here on Authors Up. And that's it. That's it for us. You got any closing comment, Victoria?
Only thing is, thank you everyone who is listening in podcast land and our viewers. Thank you for commenting. Those who have been on Facebook, we just really appreciate you. And if you have any ideas for a show, have any comments about the show tonight, or just anything you want to tell us, please send us an email at authorsup@gmail.com and we will respond to you. Thank you so much once again, and have a wonderful night.
That's it. Have a wonderful night. Have a great week. And we will see you right back here next week at 7 p.m. for another edition of Authors Up. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night, Bronze Girl.